Hi everybody, today is October the 11th, 2017. I'm Tom Bracey with Remax Elite Homes, and today we are going to talk about absorption rates and doing those in your CMA. So today is absorb those absorption rates, okay? So really kind of a cool thing. It's been around a while. I don't think a lot of agents are actually using it. We're going to talk a little bit about supply and demand, which is basically what absorption rates really are dealing with. So when we're talking to our clients, we can talk about supply and demand. It seems like they understand that better than they might understand a more technical phrase like absorption rates, okay? But for us, we want to, being professionals, we want to know what absorption rates are, and we want to be able to explain those. Typically when we do a market analysis, we're pulling comps, right? So we're looking at, the sold price, how long was it on the market, what was the condition of the property, how big was the property, so on and so forth. And that's all fine and dandy. We go into Paragon and we search these solds, and it's pretty easy to do that, right? Absorption rates are really, in addition to pulling comps, is really kind of a cool thing because it tells you and your seller what the market is doing right now, okay? It's really a better predictor of the future of what you would expect for this particular property. So comparable searches are history, absorption rates are more a predictor of what to expect now in the market, okay? And if you can explain this to people in a real simple way, it really will make you look very professional, and it's probably something that most agents don't really do, okay? So quickly, let's just talk about that. When you're going into Paragon, you're searching for your comps, okay? And typically, when I do that, I'm going to try to search, first of all, kind of a wide area. So let's say I'm looking in Davenport, Iowa, and I might want to search in area 52 and 53 or 51 and 52 or whatever it might be. And I'm going to search a range, let's say this house is between 200 and 250,000. So I'm going to look over the past 3 months how many solds there were. And a good range would be, if you can find anywhere from 25 to 40 or so properties, that will give you a good sampling of the market that you can plug into your absorption rate Excel spreadsheet, which by the way is on the intranet. So if you go on the intranet to helpful marketing tools, it will be on there, and you just will be able to plug the data right into that spreadsheet, that Excel spreadsheet, and easily calculate the month supply of inventory, okay? So that's what it will look like when you pull it up on the intranet, okay? If it's not on the intranet now, it should be within the next day or two, so you'll be able to use this. The old-fashioned way of actually calculating, doing the math, is not that much fun to do. This is really fast, easy, and will help you, again, be able to explain it to your clients. So anyway, getting back to my Paragon search, I'm searching for some properties. I'm starting to do my market analysis, and I've found 30 or 40 properties that will be good data to put in the Excel spreadsheet, okay? Once I've done that, I can see what the month supply of inventory are, okay? So again, when we're talking to our clients, we're not going to really talk about absorption rates. We're going to say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, considering the market right now and what your home would be in the market right now, the supply and demand is really showing that it would take about 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever the calculation comes out to be. Let's say it's 2 months. So based on the market right now, it would take about 2 months to sell out the current inventory of properties based on how fast they're selling right now, okay? So again, you want to kind of practice that phrase and make sure that you can rehearse it a little bit ahead of time, so when you meet with your people, you can again tell them the month supply of inventory. So again, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, based on the current supply and demand in your market area, it would take about 3 months to exhaust the current supply of homes based on how fast they are selling at this time. Okay, so really kind of a neat way to talk about what the market is doing. Okay, so what I did in my example, I went into Paragon and I pulled up everything in area 53, 54, from 200 to 250,000. You pull up the actives, the pendings, and the solds, and you can just go ahead and again plug it right in there, and it will give you an answer, okay, about what the month supply of inventory is. Okay, in this case, the market's pretty good, and you can actually put in the past year, the past 6 months, and the past 3 months, and you can get a feel for what the market is doing. So it started out about a year ago at about 3.5 months, and it's worked its way down to about 1 month. So that is definitely a seller's market. So you can now price that property maybe a little bit higher than what the higher end or the higher range of what you thought, because they'll probably get closer to a little bit higher than what they normally would if the market were slower. So if we did our calculations and it turned out that the month supply of inventory was, let's say, 5 months or 6 months, okay, that means it's going to take 5 or 6 months to sell out the current inventory based on how fast the homes are selling. Okay, so if you have a number that's 5 or 6, that's really more of a buyer's market. Okay, 5 to 6 months is kind of where most people believe the break point is between a buyer's market and a seller's market. So the lower below the 5 to 6 months range, the more of a seller's market it is. The higher above the 5 to 6 months range, that is more of a buyer's market. Okay, because there's more inventory out there. All right, so then I take it another step, and I actually want to focus more on the house I'm doing the CMA on. So I might add some more data to it. I might say, well, I just want to search for 2-story homes because this house I'm doing the CMA on is a 2-story. So, you know, ranch homes, you know, maybe those are selling better. Maybe split foyers are selling slower. It just really, you know, you have to kind of go in and look. But since you are doing the CMA on a specific home, a 2-story home, you want to plug that in to your data. And again, plug in the number of closed transactions there were. In Paragon, you just hit the CMA summary and it will show you how many actives, pendings, and solds there are. And you can just go in and adjust the time period of 12 months, 6 months, or the past 3 months. Go ahead and plug that in. It literally takes minutes to do this. And this example, again, shows that there was a 2-month supply a year ago, and it's really decreased down to, believe it or not, less than a 1-month supply of homes in this price range of 200 to 250,000 in Northwest Davenport 2-story homes. And what a great service you're doing for your sellers by showing them this, because now you can again price the home accordingly. All right, works out really great. And if you need help with it, just let me know. But again, go on the intranet, pull it up, the Excel spreadsheet on absorption rates, and look like you're really a professional, which you are. Okay. One last thing I want to talk about is a little chart that you can make that really works well for me when I'm doing my CMAs, and that is the pond. Okay. So if you are coming up, you're showing your absorption rates, and you're explaining to your people how important it is to have your property priced correctly in the market. This is kind of a neat thing you can do. Real easy, just use a chart, or I actually have one that if you need a copy of it, I can give you kind of a color copy of it. This is the one I use here. But anyway, there's 3 layers of homes that are on the market all the time, constantly. There's homes that are stagnant, that have been on the market a long time, don't get shown. There's homes that get shown, but don't get offers. And then there's the cream of the crop that flows at the top of the pond. The new listings that come in and those are the ones that get sold the fastest because they're new on the market. They're priced correctly. They're in great condition based on their price. And those are the ones that are going to sell the fastest. If the house that's on the market a long time, or it's in poor condition, or you have it overpriced, based on all these things, guess what? It's going to set down to the bottom of the pond and stagnate and probably not sell. Okay, so this really hits home with people. It's very easy to explain, and will motivate them to get their property priced correctly. Okay, based on your recommendations and based on what the absorption rates are showing. Okay, so make sure you absorb your absorption rates, understand what they mean, be able to talk about it confidently with your sellers, and get the property sold. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time.